नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं वाचं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् जितं ते पुण्डरीकाक्ष नमस्ते विश्वभावन नमस्तेस्तु हृषीकेश महापुरुष पूर्वज सदक्षरं ब्रह्म य ईश्वरः पुमान् गुणोर्मि सृष्टिस्थितिकालसल्लयः प्रधानबुद्ध्यादिजगत्प्रपञ्चसूः शनोऽस्तु विष्णुर्मतिमुक्तितः न भिन्नं विविधैः शस्त्रैः यस्य दैत्येन्द्रपातितैः शरीरमद्रिकठिनं सर्वत्राच्युत चेतसः विशानल उज्ज्वलमुखाः यस्य दैत्यप्रचोदिताः नान्ताय सर्वपतयो बभूवुः उरुतेजसः शैलैराक्रान्तदेहोऽपि यस्मरन् पुरुषोत्तमं तत्याजनात्मनः प्राणान् विष्णुस्मरणदंशितः पतन्तमुच्चाद् अवनिः यम् उपेत्य महामतिं दधार दैत्यपतिना क्षिप्तं स्वर्गनिवासिना यस्य सशोषको वायुः देहे दैत्येन्द्र योजितः अवाप संक्षयं सद्यः चित्तस्थे मधुसूदने Prahlada was the son of Prahlada, Ahlada iti. There were 4 children for Hiranyakashipu. Anuhladaha, Hladaha, Prahladaha, Samhladaha iti. Hiranyakashipoho putraha. So Ditehe putraha Hiranyakashipu Hiranyakshascha. Hiranyakashipoho putraha tu tatra chatvaraha putraha asan. Among them, Prahlada was a Mahamatihi, that is, he was a great bhakta of Vishnu. So, Parāśara diverts into a small explanation about how Hiranyakashipu tried to kill Prahlada, and yet he survived. None of these things could do anything to Prahlada. Yasya chitte tu Mahavishnuhu asit, Purushottamam saha smaranna asit. Tadrasham putram tu vayuhu, either it was mountains or the air, vayu, agni, weapons or mayavi, nothing could do anything to Prahlada. Vishana bhangam unmattaha, unmatta madahanim cha diggajaha, yasya vakshasthale praptaha daityendra parinamitaha. Daityendra parinamitaha, daityendrena parinamitaha, parinamam prapitaha. So then he sent some elephants which he changed them. He changed the Diggajas in such a manner that they thought of Prahlada as an enemy, and they were sent by Daityendra, that is Hiranyakashipu. So Daityendra Parinamitaha Diggajaha, the elephants that were sent or that were transformed in their thought. Probably, Parinamitaha, Preritaha ityapi asti artham tatra, but you take it as Parinamitaha as Preritaha, or they have been transformed in such a manner that they thought of Prahlada as an enemy. So, Daityendra Parinamitaha, Diggajaha, Unmattaha Santaha, they became very wild. And Yasya Vakshasthale Praptaha, when they reached his Vakshasthalam, Prahlada's Vakshasthalam, to go and hit him or pierce him, when they came near him to hit his chest, Tada Diggajaha Vishana Bhangam Madahanim Praptaha. Yasya Vakshasthale Visha Bhangam Madahanim cha Praptaha Diggajaha. So Yasya Vakshasthale, in whose chest these elephants Vishana Bhangam, Vishanasya Bhangam Praptaha, their Bhagnani Jatani, Tesham Vishanani. So their horns were completely broken. Madahanim cha Praptaha. Madahaning Madajalam. So this Madajalam is something that comes from the temples of elephants when they are in their Yavana Dasha. So Diggajas are constantly supposed to be letting forth this Madajalam from their temples. And Tasya Madasya Hanihi Jata ityukte tatra Madajalameva na asit. They became, they were no longer unmatta, they were no longer wild, but they resembled like very tame domesticated elephants in front of Prahlada as soon as they reached him. Vishana Bhangam Unmattaha Madahanim cha Diggajaha Yasya Vakshasthale Praptaha Daityendra Parinamitaha. Yasya cha Utpadita Kritya Daitya Raja Purohitaihi babhuva na antaya pura govinda asakta chetasaha. Pura govinda asakta chetasaha yasya daityaraja purohitaihi utpadita kritya yasya antaya na babhuva. Yasya Prahladasya antaya na babhuva. It was not the cause for his end. What was this? Daitya Raja Purohitaihi Utpadita Kritya. So Daitya Raja Hiranyakashipu's Purohitas, they Utpadita, they created some karyam, krityam. That is, they used magic, black magic. Iti abhicharika prayogaha kritaha taihi. Taha prayoga, those prayogas or taha krityaha, atra kritya iti, it's like in Strilingam. Okay. Those work that they did, which is like an abhichara prayogam, and that prayoga did not bring in an end. Na antaya babhuva. It did not cause an end for yasya, for Prahlada, whose mind Chetas was Govinda asaktam, which was completely absorbed in Govinda. Shambarasya cha mayanam sahasram atimayinaha yasmin prayuktam chakrena krishnasya vidhathi kritam. Shambaras atimayinaha shambarasya sahasram mayanam yasmin prayuktam. Mayanam sahasram yasmin prayuktam. Next he used Shambara, who is a Atimayi. Shambarasura is a Mayavi, who was under the command of Hiranyakashipu. He did some Maya to capture Prahlada. And Stasya Mayanam Sahasram, thousands of his Mayas, Yasmin Prayuktam, when it was used against Prahlada, at that point, those Sahasram Maya Vitathi Kritam, it was made completely useless by the Chakram of Krishna. So Krishnasya Chakrena Vitathi Kritam Mayanam Sahasram. That Sahasram, the thousands of those Mayas were used by Atimayinaha Shambarasya. Shambarasura was the Mayavi who used all those Maya Prayoga. Shambarasya cha Mayanam Sahasram Atimayinaha Yasmin Prayuktam Chakrena Krishnasya Vitathi Kritam. Next is Daitendra Suda Upakritam Yasya Halahalam Visham Jarayamasa Matim Jarayamasa Matimana Vikaram Amatsari. Amatsari, sorry. Mati Daityendrasya Sudaihi Upahritam Halahalam Avikaram
Manimanan
Illa Matiman Nirkanam. Sorry. Matiman Avikaram Amatsari. Abdi Varno. Okay. Matiman Amatsari Jarayamasa Avikaram Jarayamasa. So Yasya Krite Daityendra Suda Upakritam Halahalam Visham Asit Tadvisham Matiman Ayam Amatsari Avikaram Yathasyat Tatha Jarayamasa. It's the Anvaya for the Shloka. So Daityendra Hiranyakashipu again. Suda is kitchen workers like chefs. So the chefs of Hiranyakashipu, they brought Upakritam, Taihi Upakritam, Halahalam Vesham. They brought Halahala Vesham to Prahlada, and that Vesham, he did not change it at all. Avikaram Yathasyat. No change happened to it completely, in the sense that it did not bring about any change in Prahlada, because he was a Matiman. He was very not just an intelligent person. He was more like his mind and body and everything had completely surrendered himself to Vishnu. Hence, his intelligence was completely that of Vishnu here. So Matiman, Amatsari, he did not have any sort of a jealousy towards Hiranyakashipu that he was the king and all that. Adrisha, there were no negative attitudes in negative thoughts in Prahlada. So Amatsari Matimancha Saha iti karanat Avikaram, without showing any vikaram. Take that as a Kriya Visheshanam for Jarayamasa. He digested that Halahala Vasham Avikaram, without any displaying any changes in his body. So when you are drinking some Visham, there should be some change in the body of Romancha or Swedam, some kampa, that is, there should be some trembling attitude. The face will become pale. All of these actions were not seen in him. So avikaram yatha syat tatha jarayamasa jirnam akarot. He made it completely digest in his body without showing any outward signs of that poison. So Daityendra Sudopahritam Yasya Halahalam Visham Jarayamasa Matiman Avikaram Amatsari. Samachetaha Jagatyasmin Yes Sarveshweva Jantushu Yatha Atmani Tatha Anyesham Param Maitra Gunanvitaha. It was possible because he had a Samachittam. இல்லையா சுகதுக்கே சமயகிருத்வா லாபாலாபோ ஜெயாஜயோ கீதையில இருக்கிற மாதிரி the same manner here also சமச்சித்தஹ சஹ சமச்சேதாஹ சேதசௌ சேதசஹ இது சந்திரமாஹ சகாராந்த புல்லிங்கம் so samam chittam chetah yasya saha samachetaah saha sarveshu jantushu jagati asmin samachetaah asit. He treated everybody with equanimity. All of the living beings in this world, asmin jagati sarveshu eva jantushu samachetaah. He behaved in a very equally with all of those beings in this world. Yatha atmani tatha anyesham param maitra gunanvitaha. He had a very great friendship quality in him. Maitri gunaha tasmin asiti iti karanat yatha atmani vyavaharam karoti tathaiva anyesham api vyavaharaha asit. So how he did do unto others as you do unto you ngralya, that's the idea that he followed. Whatever he would do to himself, that was what he did to others. Dharmatma satya shauryadi gunanam akaraha paraha upamanam asheshanam sadhunam yaha sadha abhavat saha prahladaha iti purvasmin shloke vartate. Dharmatma saha, his mind was completely dharma chintana eva asit. Satya, truth, shauryadi gunanam akaraha, he was a mine, khanihi, surangam grolya and the madri. He was like a mine of all of these good qualities like truth, shauryam, etc., etc. Paraha akaraha, he was the most greatest mine of all of these qualities. Yaha sada asheshanam sadhunam upamanam asit abhavat. He became the upamanam or standard of comparison for all of the sadhus in this world. If there was any, see, we always say, look at the circumstance in which he is. Why is Prahlada named as the first among the Bhagavad Bhakta is because of the background. If his father was also a great Bhakta, for Shuka to be a Bhakta, there is no Ascharyam there. In the sense, Vyasastu tatra Mahabharata praneta, Ashtadasha Purananam praneta, Bhagavatasya praneta cha, Stasya putraha tu tadvadeva bhavet. So he will naturally also be like Vyasa. So that is a different story altogether. But then when you look at Prahlada's situation, he grew up in a very negative atmosphere, and for him to be a Bhagavad Bhakta, it is an amazing thing, right? So that is where he becomes a standard of comparison for all sadhus here. So Dharmatma Satya Shauryadi Gunanam Akarah Paraha Upamanam Asheshanam Sadhunam Yassada Abhavat iti Shri Viṣṇupurāṇe Prathamamshe Panchadashodhyayaha. Now in the 16th Adhyaya, it's a very small, short Adhyaya of just probably 16 shlokas. Yes, only 16 shlokas in this. Maitreyasya Prahlada Charita Vishayakaha Prashnaha. The questions that Maitreya asks with respect to Prahlada Charitam that he just heard from Parāśara. Atha Shodashodhyayaha Maitreya Uvacha Kathito Bhavata Vamshaha Manavanam Mahamune Karananchasya Jagataha Vishnureva Sanatanaha. Bhavata Manavanam Vamshaha Kathitaha. He Mahamune, great sage Parāśara, Bhavata, by you, Manavanam Vamshaha Katitaha, you have told me the lineage of Manu and Manava, all the men. Asya Jagataha Karanam cha Vishnuhu eva Sanatanaha iti Kathitaha. You have also told me that Sanatanaha Vishnuhu, Sanatanaha eternal, Saha Vishnuhu eva Asya Jagataha Karanam. He is the source or the Mula Karanam, Hetu, reason for the existence of this entire world. Ityapi Katitaha. Yachaitat Bhagavanaha Prahladam Daitya Sattamam Dadaha Nagnir Nastraischa Kshunnas Tatyaja Jeevitam. Iti, and he's going to go further. Jagama. He's going to describe all of the things that Parāśara said. Sometimes when someone is saying a story, you repeat whatever they have said when you are asking a question, and you also show the earnestness, the sincerity that with which you have listened to whatever they have said, and you are able to repeat it as they have said, because he is also going to repeat it in Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam starts off with Maitreya telling Vidura that he has grasped whatever Parāśara has said is very evident from the shlokas that follow here. So it will be like a repetition, but it is more like it is revealing of Maitreya's intellect here. Okay, after 15 adhyayas, he is not bored and he still remembers what Parāśara says and follows it up with a question here. Yes, yat cha etat bhagavan ah. The fact that you have told that Prahladam, Daitya Sattamam, Agnihi na dadaha. Agni did not burn Prahlada, Daitya Sattamam, one who is the best or one who is the most Sat, Sadhu among Daityas. No other person was probably as much as a sadhu as Prahlada. The next was probably Bali Chakravarti. So Daitya Sattamam Prahladam Agnihi na dadaha. Agni did not burn it. Na astrehi Jeevitam Kshunnaha saha Jeevitam na tatyaja. Astrehi Kshunnaha, being wounded by weapons. Jeevitam na tatyaja. He did not let go of his life. Iti yat bhagavan aha. This fact that you told me, I want to know the reason of it. Later he will say that Shrotumichami yasyaitat charitam iti panchama shlokaha. Okay, it will connect to the fifth shloka here. So whatever you told about Prahlada, the Agni, the fire did not burn Prahlada, or even though he was wounded by astras, even though he was wounded by weapons, he still did not let go of his jeevitam, his life. Tell me about it. I want to hear. Okay. So yachaitat bhagavanaha Prahladam Daitya Sattamam Dadahanagner Nastraischa Kshunnaha Tatyaja Jeevitam. Jagama Vasudha Kshobham Prahlade Salile Sthite Bandhabadhe Vichalati Vikshiptangaihi Samahata. Yachoktam. Again, you connect that Yachoktam. Whatever you said about how Vasudha Kshobham Jagama, this Bhumi became was agitated when Prahlade Salile Sthite. Bandha Badhe, Prahlada was tied with the bandham. Salile Sthite, when he was standing in the waters inside the ocean. Prahlada Vichalati Sati, when he was also Vichalati Sati, when he was moving around. This Vikshiptangaihi Vichalati Sati. Samahita ityasti. Samahata Bhumi அப்படின்னு எடுத்துக்கணும். Samahita Bhumi எடுத்துக்கலாம். Vichalati Sati, when he was moving around, being bound, and when he was put in the ocean, and when he was moving around, Vichalati Sati. Vikshiptangaihi Samahata Vasudha. Vasudha, who was Samahata, who was hit by Prahlada's arms and legs, which were just shaking constantly. He was tied, he was put in the ocean, and he started wriggling, and by that, by the motion of his hands and legs, It was as if the bhumi was hit. So vikshipta angaihi, chalita angaihi samahata tadita vasudha kshobham jagama. Vasudha api tatra kampanam anvabhut. She also experienced a kshobha, agitation. Yaccha uktam tat shrotum ichchami, karanam shrotum ichchami iti anantaram. Shailaihi akranta dehopi na mamara cha yaf pura त्वया एव अतीव माहात्म्यं कथितं यस्य धीमतः तस्य प्रभावमतुलं विष्णोर्भक्तिमतः मुने श्रोतुमिच्छामि यस्य एतत् चरितं दीप्त तेजसः. So this is where the three shlokas come and connect. शैलैः आक्रांत देहः अपि यः पुरा, earlier on when he was akranta deha, when his body was akranta, attacked by shailaihi, by mountains, na mamara, he did not die. Tvaya eva ativa mahatmyam yasya dhimataha kathitam. Yasya dhimataha mahatmyam ativa kathitam. And you have also spoken greatly about his mahatmyam, his greatness, ativa kathitam. You have said a lot about his mahatmyam. About whose mahatmyam? Dhimataha mahatmyam. Dhimataha tasya prakhladasya mahatmyam tu tvaya eva uktam. I have not spoken something out of turn or anything. You only just now talked about his mahatmyam. So I have this curiosity. What is that? Tasya Vishnoho bhaktimataha prabhavam atulam shrotum ichchami yasya deepta tejasaha etat charitam. He Mune, O sage, yasya deepta tejasaha etat charitam. This is the story of Prahlada, who has a tejas which is deeptam, which is, he's got a great brilliance and charisma. Tasya Vishnoho bhaktimataha. Bhakti Sreshtaha, Vishnoho Bhaktiman, iti chet, one who is the devotee of Vishnu. I want to listen, Shrotum Ichchami, I want to hear about his great Prabhava. Prabhava, his power or his effect, which is Atulam. Tula Nasti, there is no comparison. His incomparable effort. I would like to know about his incomparable power. तस्य प्रभावम् अतुलं विष्णोर्भक्तिमतो मुने श्रोतुमिच्छामि यस्य एतत् चरितं दीप्त तेजसः. किन्निमित्तम् असौ शस्त्रैः विक्षतः दितिजैः मुने किमर्थं च अब्धिसलिले निक्षिप्तो धर्मतत्परः. हे मुने, why was he hit by shastras? Why was he killed or struck by weapons? Kin nimittam, for what reason? Asau Prahlada, Ditijaihi, Ditiputraihi, by the sons of Diti, Vikshata, Shastraihi Vikshataha, Ditijaihi is the Karta, Shastra becomes the Karanam. So why was he wounded by the weapons which were used by Ditija, the sons of Diti? For what reason was he struck by those weapons? Kimartham, and for what reason? Abdisalile nikshiptaha dharmatatparaha yasya dharmachintana eva vartate. One who is constantly only involved in dharmachintana, dharmatatparaha saha. Kimartham, for what reason was he nikshiptaha, thrown into the abdhisalilam, into the waters of the ocean? Akrantaha parvataihi kasmat. Why was he attacked by mountains? Parvataihi kasmad akrantaha. Kasmat dashto mahoragaihi. Why was he bitten by great snakes? Kshiptaha kim adrishikarat. Kimartham ityarthaha tatra. Why was he thrown from the top of a mountain? Adrishikarat kim kshiptaha. Kimartham kshiptaha. Kimva pavaka sanchaye kshiptaha. Why was he pushed into the a group? Sanchayam is a collection of pavakam, where fire was burning. Why was he thrown into the fire then? Digdantinam danta bhumim sacha kasmat nirupitaha. How did he reach the point of where these Diggajas were all there? Diggaja dantinam danta bhumim. Danta bhumi ityukte danta sthalam iti. How did he reach the tusk, the point or the space. How did he come into contact with that tusk? அந்த தந்தத்தினுடைய பிரதேசத்திற்கு எப்படி அவனால வர முடிஞ்சதுன்னு கேக்குறார். So Digdantinam, Diggajanam, Danta Pradesham, Kasmat Nirupitaha, Katham Prapitaha Saha. How was he sent to the place where these tusks of these Diggajas were present? Samshoshakaha Anilaha cha Asya Prayuktaha Kim Mahasuraihi. Sorry, I forgot to correct the. It's a spelling error here. Mahasuraihi samshoshakaha anilaha kim prayuktaha. Why was he sent? Why was Vayu sent? Vayu is a person who can dry up everything. Samshoshakaha anilaha kim prayuktaha. Kimartham prayuktaha? Maha asuraihi. So Digdantinam dantabhumim sakcha kasmat nirupitaha samshoshakaha anilaha cha asya prayuktaha kim mahasuraihi. It can also be, did he really do this? Iti kim prayuktaha kim iti. Was Vayu really sent by the asuras to Prahlada? Iti. You can ask that kim in that manner also. Krityam cha daitya guravaha yuyujuhu tatra kim mune. See, he is after all the prince of that country, right? Of that land. The Hiranyakashipu was the king of the Daityas and Asuras, and his son, if the Daitya guru tried to do abhichara prayogam for him, did it really happen? He's asking. That tathapi atra we can take it as a prashnarthakam. Right? Krityam Daitya guravaha tatra tasmin prahlade iti. So did they actually engage in doing an action? Kritya here is not a mere action. You take it as an abhichara prayogam, like a black magic or something like that. So Daitya Guravaha, the gurus of Daityas, Asuras, did they do this to him? Tatra, he mune. Shambaraschapi Mayanam Sahasram Kim Prayuktavan. Did he actually, or what are the 1,000 kinds of Maya did Shambara use towards Prahlada Prayuktavan? Halahalam Vishamaho Daitya Sudaihi Mahatmanaha Kasmat Dattam Vinashaya Yat Jirnam Tena Dhimata. Yat Tena Dhimata Jirnam. The visham, the poison that was completely digested by that great soul, Prahlada, Kasmat Dattam, Vinashaya Kasmat Dattam. Why was it given for destruction by the Daitya Sudaihi, by the cooks of the Daityas? Mahatmanaha Kimartam Dattam. This is Mahatmanaha Dattam iti prayaha tatra anvayaha. Okay, why was it given to Prahlada? Why was that halahalam visham? Aho, yo, it's an expression of surprise or bhayam here. You can take it as. So, visham, halahalam visham, daitya sudaihi, Mahatmanaha kasmat dattam. Why was it given to him? For destruction, and which was also completely digested by him. Why did this whole thing happen? Etat sarvam mahabhaga prahladasya mahatmanaha charitam shrotumichchami mahatmya suchakam. It seems as if there is a great mahatmyam, power that you are showing me, suchakam. This charitam, that is Prahladasya charitam tu etat sarvam, whatever you have said in a capsule, seems to indicate a greatness associated with Prahlada's charitam, Prahlada's story. So I want to listen to all of that. Hey Mahabhaga. So etat sarvam Mahabhaga Prahladasya mahatmanaha charitam shrotumichchami mahatmya suchakam. So he wants to know about it in detail because it seems to indicate a greatness that is present in Prahlada. Nahi kautuhalam yat tatra yat daityaihi na hataha hi saha ananya manasaha Vishnu kaha shaknoti nipatane. Daityaihi na hataha saha ityatra na kautuhalam. I don't have a great curiosity about how he did not get killed. So
There is a
Daityaihi,
sloka that is missed here. Etat sarvam ஒரு ஸ்லோகம் இருக்கு.
அது பண்ணேனே போன ஸ்லைட்ல பண்ணேன். இந்த கடைசியில இருக்கு பாருங்க.
ஓகே, கவனிச்சுட்டே வந்து அப்படியே மிஸ் பண்ணிட்டேன். சாரி.
நோ ப்ராப்ளம். ஏதத் சர்வம் மகாபாக சரிதம் பிரஹ்லாதஸ்ய மகாத்மனः சரிதம் மாஹாத்மிய சூச்சகம் ஸ்ரோதும் இச்சாமி. பெரிய மகாத்மியத்தை குறிப்பிடுற மாதிரி இருக்கும் அவருடைய சரித்திரத்தை கேட்க ஆசைப்படுகிறேன் அப்படிங்கிற. அதுலயும் he wants to show the focus now. What is his focus in that charitram? nahi kautuhalam tatra yat daityaihi na hataha hi saha. I don't have any kautuhalam, that is there is no curiosity as to why they did not get killed or anything. That is not a big thing here, because I understand ananya manasaha nipatane Vishnu ananya manasaha nipatane kaha shaknoti. It is not at all an ascharyam. Kautuhalam here you can take it as an ascharyam. It is definitely not an ascharyam. It is not a great feat that the daityas, the asuras could not kill him. It just, who can kill a person whose mind is completely involved in Vishnu? Vishnu, Bhagavati in Vishnu, Ananya Manasaha. A person's mind is, if it is completely absorbed and it has only Vishnu in his mind, Tasya Nipatane, killing him, Kaha Shaknoti, who is capable of killing a person whose mind is completely involved in Vishnu? Yeah. तस्मिन् धर्मपरे नित्यं केशव आराधना उद्यते स्ववंश प्रभवैः दैत्यैः कर्तुं द्वेषः अति दुष्करः धर्मात्मनि महाभागे विष्णुभक्ते विमत्सरे दैतेयैः प्रकृतं यस्मात् तन्मम आख्यातुम् अर्हसि. Okay, tasmin dharma pare keshava aradhana udyate dveshaha kartum ati dushkaraha swavamsha prabhavaihi daityaihi. So Prahlada is constantly dharma paraha saha. Dharma pare tasmin keshava aradhana udyate dveshaha kartum. So this word goes with the dveshaha because udyate is in fourth case. Dvesha and udyatam, dvesham towards someone who is constantly doing keshava aradhana. That the hatred towards a person who is involved in, who is doing aradhana to Vishnu, it is very difficult to have hatred towards someone like that. For anybody who is a great devotee of Vishnu, if we know that that person is a great devotee of Vishnu, it is very difficult to hate such a person. How is it possible for these daityas to hate him so much? What was the reason? Why did it happen? Ityeva. So this question is more towards how could there possibly be so much of hatred towards? It's very tough to show so much of hatred. So tasmin dharma pare sati, when Prahlada is thinking only about dharma, nityam, every day, and one who is also constantly doing Keshava Aradhanam, tasmai, towards him, swavamsha prabhavaihi daityaihi dveshaha kartum ati dushkaraha. It is very difficult to show hatred towards him by the daityas, by asuras, who have all been born in the same vamsha. They have not been born in another vamsha. For asuras to feel hatred towards devas is fine because they're probably different mothers, so it's okay. Prahlada has been born in the same vamsham, so how is it possible to show so much of hatred towards him? Dharmatmani mahabhage Vishnu bhakte vimatsare daiteyaihi prakhritam yasmat tan mama akhyatum arhasi. Yasmat karanat, for whatever reason, daiteyaihi prakhritam, For what reason? The reason with which these Daiteya, that is Diti's children, had hit him or had tortured Prahlada, tell me that reason. Tat mama akyatum arhasi. You are the only person fit to tell me about that reason with which this, for which reason this Daityas, the Asuras, hit Prakritam. That is, they hit or tortured, tormented Prahlada. The adjectives given for Prahlada here are Dharmatmani, one who has dharma in his mind, Mahabhage, is a great Aishwarya Yuktaha Saha, Vishnu Bhaktaha, and Vimatsaraha. He did not have any jealousy or anything of that sort towards the other people. So why should these Asuras attack him so much? Tell me that reason. So Dharmatmani, Mahabhage, Vishnu Bhakte, Vimatsare, Daiteyaihi Prakhritam Yasmat Tan Mama Akyatum Arhasi. Praharanti Mahatmanaha Vipaksha Apina Idrishe Gunaihi Samanvite Sadhau Kim Punaha Yaha Swapakshajaha Natukha Pakshajaha. Sorry. So it should be Swapakshajaha here. Mahatmanah Vipakshah api Mahatmanah idrishe na praharanti. Even if they are great people, Vipakshaha, and they are great people who are on the opposite side. That is, even if they are enemies, Vipakshaha, Viruddha Pakshasthaha api idrishe na praharanti. They will not torment such a person. Prahlada, who is constantly thinking about Vishnu, such a great devotee of Vishnu he is, that even people who are enemies will not torment him in such a manner that is pushing him from the hilltop or giving him halahalam visham, making elephants trample him. Tathana kurvanti eva. Kim punaha, what to say of someone who has so many qualities in him? Gunaihi samanvite, sadhau, and yahacha swapakshajaha, one who is also born in their own family, in their own side. Swasya pakshe eva jataha saha sadhuhu cha gunaihi samanvitaha. He has also all sorts of good qualities. So what to say of such a person? They will definitely not torment them. Then why did these people hit him, kill him, or try to kill him? Tadetat kathyatam sarvam vistarat munisattama daityeshwarasya charitam shrotumichchami asheshataha. So I want to know what is that prompted Daityeshwara to do in such a manner, even though he was such a great Vishnu Bhakta. So tad etat sarvam kathyatam vistarat, in detail tell me all of these things, he Munisattama. Daityeshwarasya charitam asheshataha shrotum ichchami. I want to listen to the story of Hiranyakashipu completely. Iti Shri Viṣṇupurāṇe Prathamamshe Shodashodhyāyah. Okay. Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vacham Tato Jayamudīrayet. Thank you, ma'am.